Hello everyone and welcome back to my channel. It's Christina from Our Wood Home. In today's video I'm going to be sharing some photos of the things that I've sewn for my autumn-winter wardrobe. I didn't plan to make anything this year, but when I got some gift cards for the fabric store and the thrift store, I decided to get some fabrics. I also purchased a few store-bought items of clothing for the cold weather. I bought two thrifted cardigans in neutral colors, and I also got a long-sleeved green top, which I've just been loving and I'm wearing it so often. I got that one new from Amazon. I'm just going to be showing pictures and talking about each thing I made instead of doing any video clips. So in this photo I'm wearing a flannel dress that's some shades of brown. I got this fabric at the thrift store and it's made in my usual dress style. I have a video showing how I make this dress style, so I'll be sure to link that at the end of this video and you can check it out. This is just a sleeveless dress with some ties at the waist and large pockets. I don't typically sew pockets on my dresses, but I decided to this time and now I'm obsessed. I want to add pockets to all of my dresses. I really like how this one turned out. Even though the pattern on the fabric doesn't quite match up perfectly, I'm okay with that. This dress is so comfortable and I've been wearing it quite often. It looks really nice with all of my plain long-sleeved tops, and I like wearing longer cardigans over this dress as well. The one I'm wearing in this photo is one that I got at the thrift store, and again, I'm obsessed. I'm just really liking this outfit combination, and I probably wear it at least once a week, if not more. Next is this orange dress, which is pretty much made in the exact same style. The neckline is slightly different, but everything else about the dress is the same. If this dress looks familiar, it's because it was the one I showed in my dressmaking video. Overall, I'm just really happy with how this one turned out as well. I'm wearing it with my new long-sleeved green top underneath, and I feel like this is just very autumnal. I don't expect to be able to wear this dress a lot during the winter because the fabric is pretty thin. It's not sheer, it's just not very thick. This is actually a thrifted bedsheet, and when I saw the color, I knew I had to just make some garment of clothing from that fabric because the color is just amazing. I love it. It's like pumpkin orange, but a little bit more muted. And it's a cotton, so it's really comfortable. It was really easy to work with. But again, because it's cotton and because it's kind of thin, I don't think I'll wear it much in the winter. When I buy bed sheets to use for fabric, I try to go with cotton or flannel, which is usually cotton as well, and I try to buy them in king size, so I've got lots of fabric to work with. I made this skirt from the same fabric as the dress, and if you notice across the bottom of the skirt, there's kind of a ribbon detail. That was actually on the bedsheet, and my husband suggested I keep that and incorporate it into the skirt, so that's what I did here. This was a new style to me. I was just kind of making it up as I was going. So it has, I believe, 16 functional buttons down the front of it, which was quite the process. I used my buttonhole attachment on my sewing machine for the first time ever, and it was so easy, but sewing the buttons on was another thing altogether. I had to do that by hand, and it was just very tedious work. I kind of wish I didn't do functional buttons the whole way down, but it is what it is. I wanted so many buttons just so that there wouldn't be any gapping in the skirt when I was moving or sitting down, but I think I could have done maybe just a few functional buttons at the top and then just had the rest as faux buttons. That's neither here nor there. The skirt is finished and I love it. I've been wearing this a lot as well. Not so much recently, we're kind of at the end of November now, but I was wearing it at least once or twice a week in September and October, and it's just such a comfortable skirt. One thing I don't like about this fabric is that it does wrinkle pretty easily, and I guess that's not really a big deal if I'm just around the house, but if I'm going out doing errands and sitting in my car for a long period, the fabric does get kind of wrinkly. So typically I wear this skirt with a longer sweater to kind of disguise the wrinkles. I don't think I'll wear this much over winter. Maybe if I find some nice tights or leggings to wear underneath, I could do that. I'll have to see. But I'm really happy with the design of this skirt. As I said, I kind of just made it up as I was going and did some tweaks along the way. But to be honest, I don't know that I'd make another one, at least not with functioning buttons, because that was very time consuming. This next skirt I was actually thinking of making in the same style as my orange one, but once I finished the orange one, I decided it would need way too many buttons on this skirt to be worth it, and I just wanted to make something quickly and not have to do a lot of work and fiddling with it, so I chose just a plain skirt. This fabric is kind of a suede material. It's not real suede, obviously, it just kind of feels and looks like suede. And this is actually a curtain panel that I thrifted last year, I think. I can't remember. Maybe last fall. So I thrifted it intending to make a garment, and I just wasn't sure what exactly, but I really liked the color and the drape of the fabric, so the way it hangs. And I had it sitting in my sewing closet for a long time and just couldn't decide what style of garment I wanted to make with this. So it just sat there being unused, and I decided to make a skirt to replace a similar colored skirt that I already had. I ended up staining my other skirt right on the knees because I was kneeling in the dirt in my garden and I just didn't think it would stain, but it did. So that skirt is now just a work skirt for around the house, but I really missed having just a plain neutral colored long skirt to wear going out. So that's why I decided to make this one. I hate sewing in zippers, so I decided to just sew some buttons and do some buttonholes along the side. I only did a few, so it wasn't too tedious, but I like how this turned out. It just has a plain look to it, and I think it can go with pretty much everything in my wardrobe because it's a nice neutral color. The length is a little bit longer than I typically wear. I don't usually like my skirts almost touching the floor, but I have some winter boots that have kind of a heel on them, so I think I'll be wearing those with this skirt, and it will look nice and not get in my way. On the day I took this photo, I was doing some errands in the city, and I was at the thrift store, and a lady was near me in the store, and she commented on my skirt saying that she loved it, and I said, "Thanks, I made it from a curtain, sorry." And she was just amazed at that, and we had a nice little chat about sewing things, so that was kind of fun. This last dress is one I just made a couple weeks ago. It's a yellow corduroy fabric. I saw it at the fabric store last month, maybe October, and I really liked it, but I wasn't sure if I would actually want to wear a garment made of that fabric. I love corduroy fabric, but it's very hit and miss with me. Sometimes it's too stiff, so when I'm wearing the garment, it just doesn't look right. It hangs awkwardly, it puffs out awkwardly. It's just not comfortable or flattering. But sometimes I see a really nice, almost fine corduroy. The fabric just feels a little bit thinner and like it's going to hang a bit nicer. So I just keep looking for the right kind of corduroy fabric, and this one is not quite what I had in mind, but I still really like it because it's not a very stiff fabric. It hangs really nicely. It's so soft. It kind of just feels like I'm wearing a really cozy blanket whenever I'm wearing this dress. I'm actually wearing it right now as I'm doing this voiceover, and it's just so comfortable and so warm. I was worried about it being staticky, having a lot of cling to my leggings or tights underneath, but I'm wearing it with fleece tights right now, and it's not staticky at all, which is really nice. It sheds a lot, so that's something I have to be mindful of. My shirt underneath the dress was covered in yellow fluffs, which was not fun, but it washed out easily. This color is not something I have a lot of in my wardrobe. I'm actually looking at my closet right now, and there is nothing this color in my closet at all, which is surprising because I really like yellow, especially this mustard, like golden yellow, not so much bright yellows. But anyways, when I saw this fabric, I wanted to make something with it, but I didn't buy it. And then I went back to the fabric store a few weeks later. They still had the fabric, it was still on sale, and I had a gift card, so I decided to buy it and just make something. I'm happy with the design of this dress. I did make it a little bit longer, like my skirt that I showed earlier, but I wore it today with some heeled boots and it was very comfortable, not too long at all. I didn't do any pockets on this dress. I had planned to, and I cut them out and I had them pinned on in place, but then when I tried the dress on for a final fitting, I realized the pockets were not even, they weren't lined up properly. Thankfully, I didn't sew them on yet, they were just pinned, so I took them off, I did the alterations I needed to, and then I really wanted to wear that dress that day, so I didn't put the pockets back on, but I would like to. I find myself just reaching for the place where I think pockets should be on my clothes now, and that just shows that I really need to have pockets on all my dresses. This is the last thing that I sewed for myself. It's an apron, so it's not technically a garment, but I'm still including it in this video because I think it's very cute. I bought this cotton polyester blend tablecloth at the thrift store recently, and I thought it was a lot bigger than it was, but it's too small and it's the wrong shape for my table. So I still liked it and I was going to keep it and just do something else with it. I couldn't figure out what I wanted to do, and then I realized I don't have any Christmassy aprons for when I'm baking Christmas things. I have other aprons, but I really wanted a Christmas one. So I decided to sew this up quickly and I love it. It has a big front pocket, which is kind of hard to see because the fabric lines up pretty much perfectly between the apron and the pocket, but it's very comfortable, it's very cute, and it's going to keep my clothes clean when I'm in the kitchen because I am a pretty messy cook and a messy baker. Thank you so much for watching this video. I hope that you enjoyed seeing my wardrobe additions for the cooler weather. If you like what you see here, I hope that you consider subscribing. Feel free to take a look around at some of the other videos on my channel, and if you'd like to leave me a comment under this video, I would greatly appreciate that. Again, thank you so much and have a great rest of your day.